Have you ever experienced something so beautiful that it made you cry? I'm not talking about a sentimental scene in a movie or anything like that. I'm talking about crying over sheer, raw beauty. Well, I have just watched the Chainsaw Man movie, and this movie wasn't only the best cinematic experience I've ever had, but it has genuinely changed the way I look at anime. I know that sounds corny and shit, but it's not just the movie that invoked all of these feelings in me, it's the story behind it. Don't get me wrong, the movie was great, and I still think nothing is going to top Chainsaw Man as my favorite piece of media ever created, but I wouldn't have been sobbing at the first few minutes if I didn't know its background. This guy, Tatsuki Fujimoto, has been watching movies his whole life, and has conveyed his love and appreciation for them so powerfully, and not in words, but in stories. It feels like this guy is hiding his personality. Matter of fact, you can hardly find anything about him on the internet, and yet, it feels like you know him personally. The manga he makes tells more about him than a million words ever could. Goodbye Eri, Look Back, just listen to the song, Fire Punch, Chainsaw Man. Reading these manga tell you so much about their author. And it's not just me who feels this way. If you go asking people who read Fujimoto's works, they will all tell you this. And guess who a lot of these people are? They're artists. Now, it was already apparent in the first season that the people working on Chainsaw Man are very passionate about the whole thing. If that wasn't the case, there wouldn't be 12 different endings to all the episodes, the opening wouldn't look the way it does, and they wouldn't have animated so many scenes that were technically not in the manga, but they made the anime feel so much more alive. And I could keep going on about details like this, but you get the point. Chainsaw Man is a passion project, made by so many people who feel the same way about Fujimoto's stories. Watching the manga that has already left such an impact on me turn into this masterclass of a production with the help of all these people, knowing they also felt passionate towards Fujimoto's work and they made a dream come true for this random ass guy who ate his own goldfish and tried to levitate. That is what brought a tear to my eye, or maybe multiple. In the end, I'm not sure if I could get my point across. Words are hard, you know, especially when English is not your first language. But I just had to get this off my chest because Chainsaw Man is probably one of the most important stories that I have ever experienced in my life. And I haven't even talked about how beautiful it was. Like, if you would consider yourself an enjoyer of art, I would recommend watching Chainsaw Man. It was so visually and audibly stunning. I'm just yapping at this point. Anyway, thanks for watching. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this channel. I've already made a video, but it was so bad that I just can't put that shit out. I just really want to make something more meaningful than making a Minecraft mod. That shit was such a bad idea. I have no clue what got me.